What if the very struggles you're facing right now are actually building something extraordinary within you? Imagine looking back years from now and realizing this season was your turning point, the crucible that forged you into the person God designed you to be. What if the reward awaiting you far outweighs the pain of the process? Because the more you endure, the more you can overcome. You possess an incredible capacity for hard things. The choice is yours. Will you surrender, or will you embrace this journey, seeking wisdom and trusting in a greater purpose? Those who persevere will be blessed. Those who stand strong through the test will emerge stronger, and those who love God will receive the crown of life. So, keep moving forward. Keep trusting. You can do hard things. You see, without challenge, there's no change. The path that tests your limits is the one that transforms you. Hard things push you beyond what you thought possible, teaching you discipline and building unwavering resilience. They expand your boundaries, instill discipline, and cultivate inner fortitude. For those who believe, good is always on the horizon. Defeat is not our destination. We will face difficulties, we will work, and we will do the hard things. And on the other side, God is preparing something even better for us. A terrible experience doesn't mean God has abandoned you. In fact, He might be planting seeds in your life right now, destined to blossom into something more beautiful than you can currently imagine. Our mission, our responsibility, our challenge is to trust Him through it all. When adversity strikes, it's easy to focus solely on the pain and lose sight of the grander story at play. Some of you are in a battle, and God's only request is that you don't give up. Your blessing is coming. Fight aggressively. Prioritize God in your life. Seek His kingdom first. Trust the process. Let the pain fuel your progress. Transform your mind with His word. Consider this. Even though you've endured things you wish you hadn't, it was in those very battles that God shaped you into who you are today. Your current confidence wasn't forged solely in easy times. While I wish I hadn't walked through some of my own battles, hindsight shows me God used them to develop me, to mold me into the person He called me to be. Initially, life's fights might choose you. But in the midst of that struggle, remember, the battle is making you. In that fight, you discover who your God truly is. You realize that the one within you is far greater than anything you can possibly face in this world. Could the evil intended to harm you actually serve to help you become the person God desires? Yes. Someday, perhaps in this life, and certainly in the next, you will tally up every hardship and declare it all good. The real problem might be our flawed perspective on suffering. We tend to view suffering as something to escape, to avoid pain at all costs. But James begins his letter with a radical statement. Consider it pure joy. Pure joy. When life is crumbling, James is saying that trials aren't obstacles to sidestep. They are opportunities for profound growth. Think about it. If God's purpose is to make us stronger, wiser, and more like Him, wouldn't it make sense for Him to allow experiences that shape us? What if the very trials you're desperate to escape are the tools God is using to strengthen you? We often assume that because life is hard, God must not love us. But what if, because He loves us, He allows us to go through hard things? A good father doesn't shield his child from every difficulty. He allows challenges that prepare them for the future. A good coach pushes an athlete beyond their comfort zone. A good teacher doesn't give easy tests. They challenge their students to grow. A good parent doesn't remove every obstacle, but teaches their child how to navigate them. Paul puts it this way in Romans 3:3. While we also glory in our sufferings, Because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope. True faith isn't proven in comfort, but in how we respond when life gets tough. And here's the undeniable truth. The more we go through, the more we can get through. So instead of fleeing from trials, what if we embrace them as part of God's transformative process? Because, once again, you can do hard things. You can do hard things. You can do hard things. And when you do, you don't just survive, you grow. You become better. You become more and more like the person God has designed you to be. A butterfly must struggle out of its cocoon to develop strong wings. If someone cuts it out too soon, it never flies. A muscle needs to be worked and stretched to grow stronger. Avoiding the pain of training keeps you weak. A tree facing storms develops deep roots, while one growing in perfect conditions is easily toppled. God isn't just interested in momentary relief. He is shaping us, shaping you and me, so that we can become something greater. Not all suffering is meant to harm. Some suffering in our lives is for a greater, bigger purpose. To develop spiritual grit, endurance, and perseverance, you must look beyond the immediate pain to something larger on the other side. If we dwell only on the pain, we miss the purpose behind it and get stuck. This should encourage many of you, realizing, that's why I went through some of the hard things in my life. They made me stronger, more capable. If you grow, learn, and transform, if you trust the Lord for a better future and a more beautiful story for your life, then you will continue to grow. Failure is not the end. You must push through failure and realize it doesn't define your life. The only way to truly fail is to quit. When you quit, you're done. My job is to get back up every time I fall and orient my life toward Jesus. It's not about looking backward at all the failures, but falling down, which we all do, and then pointing our lives back to Jesus. Don't quit. Comebacks are always possible until you quit. Just don't quit. No one ever quit their way to the top. No one ever quit their way to great parenting, an awesome marriage, financial freedom, or a miraculous daily experience with God. You might think your comeback is impossible, and with you alone, it is. But with God, all things are possible. Giving up when facing something seemingly impossible often feels like the rational, self-preserving thing to do. But what is impossible for you and me is nothing for God. You must follow Him. You must press on and not give up. The breakthrough might be just around the corner. I don't know what you're facing, but the sun will rise tomorrow. And that sunrise signifies a new opportunity awaiting you. A new identity, new authority, new prosperity, new intimacy. A fresh opportunity is on your horizon. God knows exactly where you are. He knows what you need. He cares deeply about you, and He is with you in every situation. He is here today.